As we've been reporting, Lake Tahoe is facing an affordable housing shortage that's pushing the workforce to live outside of town. But now, a citizens group is canvassing to get a measure on the 2024 ballot that they say will address the issue. Josh Menning joins us now after speaking with the leader of Locals for Affordable Housing. Josh, now this canvassing campaign is focused on South Lake Tahoe, which is of course a resort town, so it has a lot of vacant houses.
Yeah, that's right, Ryan. The group is canvassing to get a vacancy property tax on the more than 7,000 vacant homes in South Lake Tahoe. They say that the tax would incentivize some of those property owners to rent out their units while also generating revenue for new housing programs.
Having 50% of our housing in South Lake Tahoe sit vacant most of the year while people are struggling.
More than 44% of all housing in South Lake Tahoe, that's more than 7,000 homes, sits empty for more than 6 months a year. This as housing costs skyrocket and more than 50% of the workforce dubbed the missing middle commutes from outside of Tahoe.
You also don't want people like nurses and firefighters to be living far away. You want them to be able to be here, to be able to respond in a crisis. So we need to find ways to house our local workforce here in Lake Tahoe.
The tax plan incentivizes property owners to open their homes to renters during periods when they're not there, as well as incentivizing those property owners to offer their rental properties at a fair rate.
If you live in your home, if you rent your home, if you're using your home in any way, you don't pay the tax. If you choose to keep your home empty, you do pay an annual fee, and then we can use that money to build more housing, repair our roads, and improve our public transit.
The citizens group, Locals for Affordable Housing, is modeling their vacancy tax plan after Berkeley, which is a $3,000 tax for the first year the home sits empty and $6,000 every year the home remains vacant.
If hypothetically 20% of the vacant homeowners decide to rent or sell their homes to locals, and 80% of people elect to pay the tax, we could be looking at about $34 million each year to go towards housing, roads, and transit. So that's a lot of solutions that you can come up with every year in terms of fixing the greatest needs in our community.
Another major issue arising from the housing shortage is decreased funding for public schools.
The vast majority of school funding is actually attendance-based. So when our population drops by 10%, when our school enrollment drops by 36%, we lose a huge percentage of our school funding.
Now, if successful, this would be the first community in the Tahoe Basin to establish a vacancy tax, and Locals for Affordable Housing hopes it would inspire other Tahoe communities to pass similar legislation. The group is fundraising and looking for volunteers to begin gathering the 1,500 signatures needed by April 11th. Covering Money Watch, Josh Menning, 2 News.